What's going on, everybody? Genesis Jones here with Total G-Shockers, and in this video we'll be going through the top 7 survival watches in the market today. Now we want to shout out Charles M, who is a G-Shock geek and wanted to see a survival watch list. Charles, we see you. Enjoy this list and you are welcome. Alright everyone, so let's get into it. So you're in the wilderness. You need to be able to track time. You need to have some type of way to navigate in the area you are in. You need GPS. Well, possibly if you're fancy. But what are you going to do? For most people, the answer is simple. Get a survival watch that has all of these features and functions so that it can help you on your journey in the wilderness. Whether you are going through the trails of the wilderness or are actually lost in the woods, having the best survival watch may prove to be invaluable. So in this video, we'll be going through the top 7 best survival watches that will surely fit any survival need that you may have. Now before we get into the watches, we'll go over what to look for when you are looking for the perfect survival watch for you. So let's quickly get into those characteristics. Number 1, power source. Now there are 3 main ways for watches to be powered. These are mechanical, the wind-up way, battery powered, and solar powered. While each power source has its own benefits and drawbacks, we recommend that you focus on survival watches that have a mechanical or a solar powered ability, or a watch that has a battery solar hybrid option. Now while watches that are purely battery powered usually have the most features, mechanical and solar powered watches will be able to operate when you need them most. Number 2, water resistance. In survival type situations, usually in the wilderness, you'll probably run across some type of water source, whether that be a river or maybe downpour rain. Because we know that, you probably should have a watch that can handle these water conditions. So you want to make sure that at a minimum, your survival watch can handle being submerged in at least 10 meters of water. All right. Number 3 is durability. Now next we have durability, which is a critical factor in any survival watch. If you bang your wrist on hard objects, if you drop your watch a lot, you want to be certain that your watch will not shatter at that impact. Now, if you're going to invest in a survival watch, make sure that it's durable enough to go through whatever journey you take. Number 4, accuracy. When you're lost in the wilderness, your perception of time is greatly diminished. What I mean is you will have a more difficult time keeping track of how long you've been doing a certain activity or how long you've been lost in the woods, and the only way to tell the time is by using the sun. And this does you no good if you don't have any experience reading it. So a survival watch that is great and efficient at telling time is essential. And number 5, comfortability. Last but certainly not the least of the characteristics is the overall watch comfortability. If it's a great survival watch with all the bells and whistles and it can read your mind and it can clean itself, but it's so uncomfortable to wear, then who cares about all of those features if it doesn't feel seamless on your wrist? So comfortability is very, very, very important. So now that we briefly went through the 5 characteristics, let's get into this watch list. Number 7, ProTrek PRW2500 Pathfinder. Now, not a flashy timepiece. This watch is beautiful in a quite different way. It's rugged, aggressive, and very practical. Now, the Casio Pathfinder looks larger than its size thanks to the 5 big buttons for easy push around the case and a pronounced bezel that protects the small dial below. Now, you know that Casio digital watches are widely used in military forces, so it's not a surprise to see such an aggressive and robust look on the Pathfinder. And you know that this type of design is what Casio is great at. I really like the nicely placed buttons, which are easy to read and help to identify the function options. And this watch has one of the best backlights. It lays one screen over the other to make seeing the information you want to see much easier. Now, the thing that I think is cool is, of course, the fact that it's solar powered. It has a thin strip of solar cells that encircle the outside of the screen that keeps it powered indefinitely. The Pathfinder doesn't have a problem absorbing enough light, both in the field and in your daily use. Casio claims that the Pathfinder could go 6 months without seeing light, which is pretty sweet if you're someone who doesn't use your watch that much. Now, the weight of the watch is around 65 grams. The diameter of the watch is about 51 millimeters. And the retail price is $400 in US currency. If you want a tank-like body with lots of useful features like multi-band atomic timekeeping, altimeter, compass, thermometer, barometer, tide graph, moon data, world time, etc., for most outdoor activities, that's what you get from the Casio Pathfinder. It's one of the best survival watches in the market now. Number 6. GW7900G Rescue Series. Now, the GW7900 is a work of wonder. It's as rugged as you may expect from a Casio survival watch. The GW7900 has a resin material featuring a digital display, a 50mm 71 gram resin case with a mineral dial window. It has the water resistance up to 200 meters, moon data graph, tide data graph, world time up to 31 time zones, EL backlight with afterglow, multi-band 6, a 1/100-second stopwatch, pre-programmed calendar, and daily alarms. The GW7900 uses the Japanese quartz movement and is solar powered. And there's no need for extensive battery maintenance because sunlight can always increase its life. If not exposed to light, the battery will only have up to 9 months until it needs a light source to charge. And no worries, there is a battery power indicator as well. Now, this watch does lack some features like a barometer, altimeter, compass, and other functions. Colors available are the black with a standard display and the black with the negative display. Now, the retail price is $150 in US currency for this watch. A survivalist ready spin-off of the brand's popular GShock series, the Casio G Rescue Classic features atomic timekeeping and is powered by the sun, ensuring you stay oriented even after a situation that requires your survival skills to be put to work. Now, before we get into the top 5 watches on this list, let's go ahead and get into our honorable mention. So for the honorable mention, we have the Citizen Nighthawk EcoDrive watch. Now, the design is different from other survival watches featured in this list, no doubt, but the main casing down to the watch band are all made of stainless steel metal. Actually, this Nighthawk watch can be considered to be the top 5 when it comes to the aesthetics. Now, the Nighthawk has a stainless steel watch featuring an analog display, a date window at the 3 o'clock position, 42mm 181 gram stainless steel watch case with a mineral dial window. It also has dual dial time and a pilot slide rule in the inner bezel ring and a crown at the 8 o'clock position. At low light settings, you'll be able to tell the time through luminous markings that automatically glow in the absence of light. Water resistance is up to 200 meters. Now, for battery life and power source, the watch's hands move through the Japanese quartz movement, which is why it's highly accurate. The battery is recharged solarly, so it's nearly impossible to drain the battery unless you're in a dark cave in the wilderness for consecutive months. Now, what it doesn't have are features like the stopwatch, barometer, altimeter, thermometer, compass, and GPS. So if you are stuck in the woods with this watch, you need separate gear for the navigation. Now, the retail price is $395 in US currency, and this watch is great for military and other professionals that require accurate machines and survival situations. All right, so now that we've gotten through our honorable mention, let's get back into the top 5 on this list. All right, so number 5 is the Suunto Spartan Ultra. With over 80 different activities built into its function, the Suunto Spartan Ultra is a deluxe activity watch that includes a built-in altimeter, compass, barometer, and GPS. The basic menu allows you to choose your hike to track, with the metrics available being distance, time, pace, and elevation gain. With this noticeably larger face and full-color touchscreen display, the Spartan Ultra looks like a serious sports watch indeed. With a solid stainless steel bezel that features sapphire crystal glass, it is water resistant up to 100 meters and can withstand and operate in temperature from -5 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Although a relatively large smartwatch, the Spartan Ultra is a comfortable fit on your wrist. The adjustable silicone strap doesn't cause any irritation and keeps the watch firm against your wrist even during strenuous physical activity. Besides that, the flat face and circular design of the watch keep its main unit pressed closely to the skin so that it is never obtrusive. The Spartan Ultra comes with GPS/GLONASS, an altimeter, a barometer, thermometer, and a compass. With it, you're able to navigate the trails with ease, as the waypoints and the routes can be simply imported to the watch from the Suunto Moves Count app, where you can easily plan your routes before you hike. In addition, you can also find existing routes from other Suunto users and import them to your own watch if you so choose. The watch can also track the distance walked, has a breadcrumb feature so that you can find a route back to your starting point, show you your current speed, and so much more. Bluetooth connectivity allows you to connect your watch to your smartphone and receive notifications from your phone onto your watch. Having its own standalone charger, the Spartan Ultra has a battery life of about 15 days when on standby mode and about 26 hours with the GPS continuously on. The battery life varies depending on the type of GPS setting that's activated. When the GPS setting is set to best, it tends to run the battery out much quicker than the other settings. Now, the weight of the Spartan Ultra is 77 grams, the casing measures 50 millimeters in diameter, and the retail price is $799 in US currency. The Suunto Spartan Ultra is a high-end activity tracker with its full-color touchscreen display, incredibly durable construction, and exceptional versatility, making it absolutely appealing to hikers and outdoor enthusiasts alike. For the outdoorsman who wants to invest in a heavy-duty piece of tech that will deliver on more than just measuring pace and distance, the Suunto Spartan Ultra is a mighty piece of equipment that will be sure to please. Number 4, GW9400 Rangeman. Now, I love the design of this watch. Casio GShock GW9400 Rangeman is one of the most important models in the GShock world, and is possibly one of the top 2 Casio Rangeman watches available today. Hint, hint. This is one of the hardest watches to beat, even though it ranks in as number 4. Now, this watch is for those who love oversized timepieces. The guard buttons not only significantly increase the case diameter and thickness, but it also adds more to the already robust military appearance of this watch. Now, even though it's considered a big watch, it's not uncomfortable to wear all day long because it's pretty lightweight. What makes the Rangeman appealing has to do with the stainless steel details on the case and dial. Now, the case band transition is also pretty savvy, so the resin strap doesn't look too small for this watch. And this watch has mineral glass. Now, what's so special about this model is that it is the first Casio GShock that includes the full stack of ABC sensor technology. Also, the display is fully digital, featuring a bright LED backlight that automatically lights up when in dark environments. Now, one of the things I don't care for is the negative display on the green Rangeman. Now, you know that a negative display is pretty difficult to read. Don't trust all of these online images, even though you're looking at them all throughout this video. They want to show you the Rangeman from some of the most readable angles. But I'm just going to be honest, not every angle is a readable angle. The reflective mineral glass makes it hard to read in outdoor use. So if you are interested, be prepared to squint at your Rangeman to read the face. Otherwise, check out the black Rangeman, which has the positive display. Now, when it comes to the solar powered battery, this Rangeman can last up to 7 months without any light. But truth be told, it actually doesn't need battery charging until every 2 to 3 years. But you just have to make sure to wear it at least 1 day per week to keep it running. Now, the weight of the watch is about 93 grams. The diameter of the watch is around 53 millimeters, and the retail price begins at $300 in US currency. The Rangeman is a handsome looking tactical watch that is perfect for people who love outdoors. The fact that this Rangeman is solar powered is a huge edge. It's light, durable, water and scratch resistant, and made of high quality steel and priced fairly for the many things that it can do. The olive green model may not be the best choice for people with bad eyesight since it does have the negative display, but if that's going to be an issue for you, consider getting the other Rangeman models. But all in all, this Rangeman is definitely a survival watch, and if you're the adventurous type, it can be a life-saving investment. Number 3, Suunto Traverse. Now, with one of the best survival watches on the market, the Suunto Traverse watch is an absolute winner. Having a lightning fast satellite connection to GPS and GLONASS with insane accuracy is exactly the navigation that Suunto is known for. And with satellites that connect slightly faster than with the Garmin's, you can track your position and record an active crumb trail for reverse navigation. Available with a silicone or textile strap, as well as a sapphire glass lens, the large clear display, which can also be inverted for better visibility, and color options include black, amber, and graphite white. The Traverse has an altimeter, barometer, compass, thermometer, water resistance up to 100 meters, and can be used to plan routes and upload these routes and waypoints to your watch. Suunto also provides a heat map, which is a map of common hiking trails compiled from other Suunto users. The rechargeable lithium-ion battery keeps the watch running for about 15 hours to 2 days while in GPS tracking mode. In normal mode, the Traverse can last around 11 days. Now, with the Ultra Track mode on, this extends the battery life to about 80 hours. As the watch is equipped with Bluetooth, you can also synchronize it with a smartphone, either Android or iOS, and manage the watch settings and data directly from there, plus get notifications on your watch. The Suunto Traverse is an amazing watch that not only offers many useful features, but also looks quite cool and stylish. Now, the weight of the Suunto Traverse is 80 grams. The casing measures 50.8 millimeters in diameter, and the retail price is $449 in US currency. In a nutshell, the Suunto Traverse provides a sense of confidence that will help you get out and discover new terrain. So if your adventures consist of hiking unfamiliar trails, exploring in the backcountry, or simply surviving an uncharted wooded area, the Suunto Traverse will be your trusted guide no matter where your explorations take you. Number 2, GWG7900 Mudmaster. Now, a contender as one of the world's toughest and most practical watches on the market, this watch has an exceptional build quality and a wealth of genuinely useful features that are a score for anyone who insists on getting, and for the most part, keeping their hands dirty. This Anna Digi Master, part of the Master of G collection, has the triple sensor capabilities in addition to the multitasking capabilities and the added environmental protection, ultimately surviving the harshest environments on the planet. The huge bezel and resin strap are attached to the case with large hex screws. The series of big buttons use a cylinder type guard structure with gaskets to prevent mud and dust from getting into the watch. Now, the gaskets not only protect buttons from impact, they also enhance button operation. Also, the quick lock force of the Smart Access electronic crown further increases mud resistance. Encased in an anti-glare sapphire crystal in order to maximize sharpness of the face features, colors, and depths, be able to glance at your watch quickly to observe the wealth of information that it provides. The watch is marked with large Arabic numerals at the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock hours for easy reading. The digital display is parked above the 6 o'clock position. One of the things that I like about the Mudmaster is that it not only comes loaded with so much personality, aka design, but also the cool characteristics, aka the features, including incredibly accurate radio controlled timekeeping, the ABC functions, and the tough solar power technology. Another thing I love about this watch is the alpha gel, which is a soft silicone based compound that is packed around your Mudmaster's movement module so that it can protect it from damage due to powerful shocks or prolonged vibrations. And for all that personality and cool character traits, this Mudmaster is truly comfortable on your wrist. Despite its large size, it's actually relatively lightweight, considering. And even those with small wrists will find this watch comfortable to wear. Now, the weight of the watch is 119 grams. The diameter of the watch is around 58 millimeters, and the retail price begins at $750 in US currency. When it comes to absolute toughness, you can't deny that the GWG Mudmaster leads the pack. Not only does it look tough, but it's also able to back it up with so many great and rugged features, and its ergonomically thoughtful design that makes comfortable wearing an absolute given, especially in the great outdoors. And number 1, GPR B1000 Rangeman. Casio continues to do things differently with its watches, especially its GShock brand. For the GShock GPR Rangeman, it doesn't have a touchscreen, leaving time and energy to focus on augmenting its Master of G line of watches with smart features relevant to the series' theme of absolute toughness. Aimed at the outdoorsmen who enjoy nothing more than getting completely lost over a random weekend, the Rangeman will help you find where you're going when Google Maps won't help you out. The Rangeman has no problem combating dust, dirt, shock, high and low temperatures, and water up to 200 meters. With its sapphire crystal over the face of the watch for extra damage control and the carbon fiber reinforced strap, it's going to take a lot to break this watch. The full digital display is easy to read, and the backlight is bright and clear enough to illuminate the screen evenly. It's not a huge screen, and it may take some time to understand and learn some of the smaller details before you can just glance at your watch for easy comprehension. You can access modes and features using 2 buttons on the left, and you can navigate and select them using the crown on the right. It's simple, clear, and easy to learn. We like the customizable main screen, which shows you features like sunrise and sunset times, world time, barometric pressure, altimeter readings, compass readings, and GPS waypoint data, just to name a few. Now, the Rangeman has solar power, so if the watch is out in the light, it's constantly being charged. If for whatever reason you can't find a light source, Casio has supplied a wireless charger that takes the battery to full charge in 5 hours, enough to sustain 33 hours of continuous GPS use before the next charge. For non-GPS function, the Rangeman can last between 2 and 29 months before the next charge. Now, the 2018 Rangeman is considered the first solar-charged GShock watch with GPS, but just to be clear, it's not meant to provide navigation between work and home. It's meant to get you from point A to point B, and it does this on the screen with directional guidance, which is based on mapping on the GShock app. The built-in GPS tracks the watch, so you don't have to worry about draining the battery on your phone, while waypoints and routes are created in the connected app. The data is synced between the watch and phone using Bluetooth, and as your adventures are tracked, you can view them either on a timeline or on a 3D map. Now, the weight of the GPR Rangeman is 142 grams. The casing measures 60 millimeters in diameter, and the retail price is $800 in US currency. Casio's GShock Rangeman should be on your wrist when you're in the wilderness. You'll never get lost with the Rangeman, and even if you do, you'll still be able to find your way back. So there you go. Those are the top 7 best survival watches in the market today. Now, as you can see, there are some phenomenal and outstanding survival watches on the market. Hopefully these 8 watches helped you to narrow down your search to find a reliable survival watch. And choosing the best survival watch depends on your needs and your budget. Now, was there a watch that you thought should have made the list? Well, if so, comment below. I want to see what you think. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. All I really care about is making sure I provide you with the valuable content that will help you out, so your feedback is greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're dropping content every single day, so I want to make sure that you get notified when our new video drops. That's all for now. I'll talk to you soon. And as always, continue to rock your GShock nonstop. Deuces!